This week on Pop Fiction, Wendy, Monkeypox, Davidson, Bounty Gate, and JB remembers something super cool. This week on Pop Fiction, where you'll find all the news and reviews and pop culture that's right to type. Today's top story.
On Weekend Update, Pete Davidson made a joke about Tucker Carlson, suggesting that people only watch his comments to see what he has to say about Kanye West. But he suddenly abandoned his laid-back killer persona to become passionate over his final show of Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, so a little bit ago, Pete Davidson finally did his swan song on SNL after, God, I don't even know how many seasons that he was on there. But a lot of the cast members left at the end of this season. And as you know, Saturday Night Live has been on the air for what, 40-something, 50 seasons now?
Yeah.
You know. So, good for him for whatever his future's endeavors are.
I have no idea who Pete Davidson is.
He's actually he is the newest guy that's with Kim Kardashian now. So he'll stay relevant for another
10 minutes.
5 minutes.
I don't know anyone who listens to Tucker Carlson. I know a lot of people do, but I don't know.
I'm not a fan. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, has issued a warning to homosexual and bisexual males that monkeypox appears to be spreading globally, advising them to take measures if they have been in close contact with someone who may have the virus and to be on the watch for signs. Just in time for Pride Month to wrap it up with yet another new virus.
Oh my
Monkeypox.
Yeah, I had heard on the news, one guy had it. They said they swear it's not spreading. He's the only one that has it. He's in isolation, and then you hear it's on the spread.
It's on the spread.
It's on the spread. I feel bad for anyone who contracts it. It's terrible. Let's all try to stay healthy out there.
Yeah. Especially when having, what is it? Never mind. I was going to say a very inappropriate joke, and then I self-edited, JB. Did you see it? I self-censored myself.
I thought you were having an old-timers moment.
No, that
when the words weren't forming.
That was self-censoring at its
Sir, you either had to sneeze or were in a stroke. I wasn't sure.
Does anybody else smell burnt toast? Wendy's old-fashioned hamburger. Oh, wait. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No,
please.
You.
Wendy's old-fashioned hamburger. You smell burnt toast.
I smell burnt toast. I just had an aneurysm.
Wendy's old-fashioned hamburger could be available for purchase. Nelson Peltz, the chairman of Wendy's, said his management company, Treon Partners, is looking for a possible sale or merger for the burger giant. According to the document, other possibilities for increasing shareholder value are also being considered. I don't like Wendy's.
I'm going to tell you this. A young Coolwater Kurd at 16 years old, first paying job of my life. Summer 1990. I was in New York. My first job was Wendy's old-fashioned hamburger.
Yeah.
I've seen on multiple occasions them drop a patty on the ground and yell out the words, "Chili meat," and then pick the patty up and throw it in the chili. Ever since then,
I've never been a fan.
I've never ever eaten.
I got a horror story. My first legally paying job, because I used to work with my dad. Mm-hmm. I don't know, in the summers I was always gone. You'd see me at school.
Right.
I was off my dad in the truck doing illegal child labor. But lifting pallets, that's not fun.
No, they're not. They can be quite heavy. You think only 20 pounds, 30 pounds isn't a lot, but
and you're stacking
over
them,
and then
you stack,
yeah.
and it gets higher and higher.
What did you do, 15 or 20 high?
No, I only did about 10 high, but we had to do an entire
truck.
The entire trailer would have to be empty.
Yeah, I've unfortunately done that.
Yeah, you get to the end of the day.
It is not fun.
They pour you back into the cab. No, but Wendy, not Wendy's, Carl's Jr. And I have horror stories from Carl's Jr. too. And I think if you go any fast food place, you're gonna have horror stories.
Yeah, I mean everybody has the one, and they all say the same thing. I will never eat there again because when I worked there, oh my God. This week's review, Hometeam. After being suspended from the NFL for Bountygate, Sean Payton returns to his hometown in Argyle, Texas, and finds himself coaching his estranged 12-year-old son's Pop Warner football team. This is one of those, it tries to pull at the heartstrings a little bit, so you feel a little sorry.
I actually watched
for Sean Payton. Did you see this one?
Yes, I did see this.
Shut up! I'm actually reviewing something
that I
saw. You saw.
Yeah.
Like, all right, so this was the whole movie about, hey, remember that time when Sean Payton was suspended from the NFL? Well, this is what he did at that time, you know. Had the broken home, trying to relate and engage with his son, and he basically took over his son's Pop Warner team, and then had to reel back and be like, okay, you know.
They're just kids.
They're just kids.
Yeah. And
let them do them. And stuff like that. And, you know, spoiler alert, I believe they won the big game.
Yeah.
And Sean Payton gets his job back in the
there's always that, you're only going to be here for one season. And they always are.
Yeah.
One season, then they're gone.
One and done. But there was a nice cameo by the real life Sean Payton. Because Sean Payton was played by Kevin James. Yeah. Which, of course, you had to suspend reality.
A little bit.
And yeah, because you were like, okay, but I feel like this is one of those movies that was part of Adam Sandler's production company, Happy Gilmore,
goodness.
or was it Happy Madison?
If you'd have told me that, I wouldn't have watched it.
Well, this is like usually like Kanan is a big fan, like he watches all of them, and he's kind of hit and miss because this Netflix deal he has, it has to be for like $200-300 million that he has this deal. He keeps just pumping out these movies.
Well, more power to him. I'm not going to watch him.
And what does JB remember this week?
JB remembers a subject I could talk for hours. I was thinking about it today. Try to keep it short. Mm-hmm. Television in the 80s, not the content, the technology. If you recall, everybody knew there was cable, but nobody had it.
Correct. There was a time.
There was time. There was cable, but nobody had it. We all had antennas. Uh-huh. And you had VHF and you had UHF. And VHF had ABC, NBC, CBS, KQED, that was public television, and Fox. Mm-hmm. And that was it. And you would switch to the UHF channel and you would turn to UHF. UHF had a variety of channels, only 2 or 3 of which would come in on any given day.
I believe Fox 40 was one.
There was
Sacramento channel was
58.
Yeah.
58 was one of them.
And it was mostly, if I can remember correctly, it was mostly reruns of like Dobie Gillis and Gilligan's Island. And that was like old stuff.
That's why I watch most of my emergency reruns.
Right.
And you would have to take, on the knob, you had a knob to change to the physical channel. Then you had the outer knob to tune it in.
Yes.
And it was all dependent on your antenna.
100%.
And the antenna was a long pole on the side of your house with this giant aerial up top. Mm-hmm. And when the wind blew, the TV went out. When it rained really hard, the TV went out. When it rained and the wind blew, you had no hope of television. And there was always, do you remember there was always one person who had cable and would tape all the great shows on cable? Because I'll tell you what, they talk about the MTV revolution. I was not part of it.
No,
we did not.
Nope.
When it came out,
I'll even go one step even further, and I believe I've said this on one of our 252 shows. Mm-hmm. You know, when you're talking about the dial and then the outer? Yeah. Well, when our knob came off, we had to use pliers.
Use the channel lock.
Yeah. And
channel locks are good. And remote controls didn't work for crap.
I was the remote. My mom wanted me to change the channel. Thank God it was only like 3 options.
Yeah. My dad would sit there like this. That was go forward, and that was go back. I'm this son of a bitch. He tells me to turn it one more time. I'm going to break this thing.
Or even better, when you had to hold the antenna to get the right. Because it was like, it was fuzzy, getting clear. Oh, it's fuzzy again.
Hold it, go back.
All right, hold it there. And it's like, and then you can't move.
And then the worst part with the outer antenna is if it would blow in the wrong direction, you'd have the chain of people Well, my bedroom window was right where the antenna was. So someone was in my bedroom, someone in the hallway, someone in the living room. Turn it! Kiko, stop! Go back!
What we had to do
for television,
for entertainment,
for
in-home entertainment. 30 years ago.
It was something. I mean, you remember? I remember the first TV I got for my room. I never had a TV in my room. I thought it was the most amazing thing. My uncle gave it to me. The screen was that big.
Nice.
It was black and white.
Sounds right.
And the power button had a sticker that said "Sweat Hogs." You don't know the Sweat Hogs?
From Welcome Back, Kotter. Yes.
I thought it was the greatest thing ever. I had the coat hanger antenna where you pull it into a diamond, right?
Right.
And then you would get the tin foil, and you would attach strips of it all the way to the window, because the window is where you got all the best reception.
Once again, this is that we can make a whole hour-long 252 show about that.
I know, but this is what I was reminiscing about today.
I can see that. It's one of those things. So with that, we'd like to hear what you think. Leave us a comment down below and let your opinion be heard.
If you like this video, please check out other videos on our channel, like This Weekend or 252, and check out his little sis and the beautiful ladies of Dining with the Diva.
Okay, and
did I get any of that right?
You got almost all of it right.
Oh, there you go. And I'm JB.
Go ahead.
I'm JB. I like to give a shout out to my man AM at Comic Safari. I hear a buzz that he's selling his collection, so jump on his site and check out what you want to buy. And this is 252 Pop Fiction, where you hear it first.
That was perfect.
That was fun.
That was perfect.
Yeah.
Adonis, pull yourself together.